Here we go.
Look at that shit!
So, before we begin, there's a couple of things I need to clear up. The 16-year-old I talked about yesterday, he's 17. That's important for you all to know. The guy that I was talking about in the one part of the video I made yesterday, I was talking to him on Discord. Apparently I totally misrepresented his point. I don't understand how that is, but apparently I totally misrepresented his point, so I apologize for that. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that one out. Maybe we'll do a stream this weekend. Hey! Let's do a stream this weekend. Talk about it. That'd be fun. Alright. I think there was something else, but I don't remember. So, what's happened today? There was a discussion that somebody on Discord said that they thought it would be awesome if I just started delivering like the straight news with no opinion or anything. Maybe I'll do that today. Yeah, I don't think so. Apparently, there was supposed to be some votes counted, and that shit got shut down. Now look, even at the height of the left's being really upset and violent, even at the height of it, I wasn't really scared. Like, I was concerned that I might have to shoot some idiots. I was concerned that I might have to disarm some people and kill them with their own weaponry. I was concerned that I was going to get in trouble for defending myself, right, against peaceful protesters. I was concerned for me because they're dumb and they like to just get their way, and it doesn't really matter how that happens. So, I was concerned about that. Because I'm not on the left, I'm not one of those people, so they're going to come after me. I'm not concerned about them. I think I could probably take a solid army of them by myself, right? Properly equipped. Now, to illustrate this point, the left rioted in all manner of cities, right? And they got places, right? They achieved goals. Not big goals. They didn't do anything that's... I mean, the things that are going to go down in the record book that they did, it's just going to go down in it for endurance. They did a marathon, right? The people on the right, we don't have time to fuck around with long, drawn-out bullshit. We've got jobs and better concerns than that. So we've got to get everything done immediately, right? So it took the Democrats months to just pull down some statues in D.C. It took the Republicans hours to breach the fucking building and shut down the goings-on. This is why I wasn't scared of the left, but I'm very scared of the right. Because they don't fuck around. Right? Like, they're in it to do the job. They're not in it to party. They're not there to dance and do little drum circles and play and have fun and chant and no. They're going to affect change. Now, what change winds up getting affected? Like, it's not going to make shit better. I'm listening to quite possibly some of the stupidest people in the world tease and poke fun at the people that are literally storming their homes. Like, people have been evacuated. Like, families and friends have been evacuated from the city because it's dangerous. Because people are there that don't fucking care anymore. Look, when you take everything from people, what do they have to lose? These are people that aren't working. Not because they're on vacation, but because they're not allowed. They're not allowed to make money to provide for their families. That's that crowd. These people are pissed, and they ain't fucking around. They're there to get shit done. They're inspired by Donald Trump, the man who created a vaccine for a unique virus in less than a year. He got that shit done. It's their idol. I wouldn't want to fuck with them. This is the type of people that, like James Bond villains, right? You gotta use Democrats for villains in movies like that. Otherwise, it doesn't work, right? And you know, it's always a stark thing when you have a Republican in a movie, right? Because you notice that, you go, oh shit. You know those scenes where the bad guy is sitting there and the good guy's tied down and he's got some sort of contraption that's guaranteed to kill him. All he needs is time. So he says something and then the villain decides to just tell him, just sit there and start talking. To just sit there and start talking. And then the guy breaks out because he had time. He escapes. But a Republican doing that, the Democrat good guy, would be tied down to the table and all manner of contraptions, and he'd say something to the Republican bad guy, and the Republican bad guy would go, okay, and turn on the machines. And that'd be it. Roll credits, bitch. Like, in Dread. Just made me think of it because I watched that movie not too long ago. In Dread, the movie Dread, amazing fucking movie, by the way. Movie Dread, right? There's a beautiful scene. There's two scenes, right? Where you have essentially what I'm talking about here. It's towards the end of the movie. This is going to be a spoiler, so as you know, right? There's the part where Judge Dredd's trainee gets rescued by the lady judge, right? And the lady judge starts talking, and the trainee just shoots her. Right? She just shoots her. Because the trainee's Republican. And then there's the scene where Judge Dredd got shot through the wall, and he's, dying, and he pushes his hand on his weight, and the dumbass judge decides to sit there and monologue for like 5 minutes, because dumbass judge was a Democrat. That's how they do it. This is the comparison. This is what you think about, right? This is what I thought about. If they ever push the right to the point where they get pissed off enough to riot, it'll be quick. It won't last 100 days. Won't need to. Right? Because you got a lot of conservative ex-military. You got a lot of well-trained, self-trained conservative people. And people are like, oh, these people are doing this without like a bail fund and this, that, and the other thing. Because they don't need to. They have money. They worked up to this point. And if they're doing it because they're pissed off because they don't have any money, they don't have anything to lose. And now, of course, because it's the right, and because they're getting shit done, the left has decided to demonize them. They're, of course, rioters. They're, of course, a mob. They're, of course, certainly not peaceful protesters. They were never at any point considered to be peaceful protesters. And not one building has yet burned, by the way. Just saying. But there's certain... Well, I mean, I don't know. But I haven't heard of a building being burned yet. But nevertheless... Right? And they made it farther than BLM ever did. So, my prediction, I'm able to make predictions again. Because now I kind of can see what's happening. You've got everybody on the right now pissed off enough that they don't fucking care. They're going to riot. Right? Like, you know, the fun, you know, something happens, we riot. You know, if what was it? What was the first one? It was a dog of some sort. If some dog dies, we riot. Oh, it was a ghost, wasn't it? If ghost dies, we riot or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, but this is for real. If we lose everything that we have and we don't see a possibility of ever getting it back, we riot. And there you go. And now you've got the Democrats thinking this is my opportunity to really crack down on these people and really lay the hammer down and put them in their place. Every action is met with an equal and opposite reaction. The Democrats are going to escalate this because they're going to fucking lay the hammer down like they should have done in the summer, but weren't willing to because it was their people doing what they wanted. Now everybody's trying to put the hammer down because even the Republicans are like, oh, dude, this is fucking bad. This is fucking bad. Like, I'm not happy this is happening. To a degree. I mean, there's a degree that I'm happy it's happening. The only way out is through. That's my argument. For the small amount of happiness I see in this. The only way out is through. The only way to get rid of these bad ideas which have caused all of this is to let them have full head of steam. Let it happen. See, Joe Biden has control of everything now. He's got the whole government. The next 2 years are going to be amazing in how far things go. We're really going to see what we are made of. Right now, the Democrats are getting a real good look at what the fucking Republicans are made of. I think they're finding out that they're made of sterner stuff. I begged, I pleaded, I asked nicely, I thought, please, just stop fucking with people. Just stop trying to rule everyone's lives. Just stop trying to impose your will on all of us. I begged you. During the inauguration, when idiots were sitting on the fucking sidewalk screaming their heads off, I said, don't do this. Don't fight. Just do your thing, but don't fight. Let the man have his opportunity to do things. And what happens, happens from there. People fought Obama, and I said, don't do that. Let him do what he wants to do. Let him fuck it up. Then we'll see how fucked up it is. And we'll go, okay, that was bad. And we'll never do it again. But something tells me that it's not going to happen this time either. It's going to be a fight. The only way out is through. It's inevitable. For those of you who don't think we're in a civil war, or are wondering when it starts, and have been listening to me for months now, if not a year or more, talk about how we're in a civil war, it's currently going on, what do you think now? Now that you've actually seen video of right-wing people fighting with cops, and video of right-wing people actually storming the Capitol building and shutting it down for the day, you still think we're not in a civil war? Like, one of the responses to my video yesterday was that was all individuals. Like, I was bringing up a bunch of individuals. Why is a bunch of individuals? It's a bunch of individuals. That's what you need in a civil war. You're not going to have, in country, you're not going to have a group setting up recruitment stations for, oh, we're the union group and they're the, like, you're not going to have that shit. You're going to have a fuck ton of individuals who are going to gather together to do things. A bunch of individuals got together and went to a dude's house and had a little protest. They advertised it. They said, hey, we're going to go to this dude's house and protest until something awful happens to him, right? Like, we're going to go do this. And I said then, what happens when that guy makes his post online? I'm being attacked by all these individuals. Please come help me. And then a whole bunch of other individuals gather together into groups, like, and then they fight. We're not far from that. It's been happening for months now. Faction warfare. You just want the movie version of it. You want to see generals and sir and dressed up lines and smart uniforms and all that. It ain't gonna fucking happen. It's gonna be a fuck ton of individuals in t-shirts and jeans with plastic shields and guns that are gonna go together. They're all gonna show up at the same place at the same time because it was advertised online. Hey, oh, we're all gonna come to DC to protest the count. And then another group's gonna go, they're all going to DC to protest the count. I bet they're going to start trouble. Let's go there to make sure that the police have the backing of Antifa all of a sudden. And what do you call that? It's faction warfare. Like, it's just not your version of it. You need to evolve your thinking. We're in it. If there's any other proof you need, then people have stormed the government building and shut it down. I don't know what it is. I don't know what proof you need beyond that. I really don't. We're here. It's happening. Accept it.